lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now. Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions, movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Something about my style. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now.
Good evening, ladies. How are you all doing? Let me know if you can hear me. It has been a while since I have been on here and I have missed you all. It took me a minute, to get everything back together. And then I was stressing out because I had to reload some stuff and oh my God. So, Let's see. Can you hear me? Hey to everybody that's on here. Let's see. Hello to Mika. I think she was the first one on here. And Deaconess Easley. And what's up, Eb? Who is Katori Nails? I don't know who you are. Put it in the comment. Let me know who you are. Hey, Gila, Timberland, Phyllis, girl. Did you get some sleep? Auntie Helen, Tanisha, hey. Granny, my mom, hey. Minister Charlotte. Okay, you can hear me great. Yes, I love it. Okay, so who is Couture Nails? Because that's fancy. Oh, it's Nevaeh. Hey, girl. Hey, girl, that's one of my young adults. All right. Well, listen, I just got a lot to talk about. And yeah, so y'all know I love the comments. So make sure you comment and tell me all the good stuff. I want to say really quick. Let me see here if I can get to this. Hold on, I want to show y'all something, but it's been a minute. Oh man, I thought I had it. Okay, I don't have it, but what I need y'all to do is, I just want to remind you that you need to sign up for my women's conference, our women's conference that is on Friday, September 25th through Sunday, September 27th. I was trying to pull it up. Dang it, I didn't have it ready, and I'm not as good as the husband in doing this, and man. But anyway, but listen, you can go to two places and register. You can go to newbirthchurch.org and click on the banner, or you can go to IamRuthWard.com. That's my website. You can go on there and register for the Reignite, Rebuild, Restore. Your Comeback Starts Now conference. It is going to be great. Some of the sessions, because I was going to pull that up, some of the sessions is Reignite the Fire, Returning to Your First Love. And in Rebuilding, we've got Rebuilding One Brick at a Time, Healing from Broken Places. Then we've got Rebuilding Your Identity, Who God Says You Are, Breaking Free from the Labels, insecurity and lies to become your God-given, to embrace your God-given identity. And then Restoring, we've got Restoring Family Relationships God's Way, Developing Healthy Family Relationships. And then also in Restoring, we've got the Comeback Woman, Walking Boldly in Your New Season, Stepping into Restored Purpose with Confidence, Clarity, and Spiritual Authority. So we've got some great breakout sessions. I'm going to be doing a general session. We will be serving lunch. And then on Sunday, the 27th, I will end out with a word that God has given me. Oh, thank you, Tiara. Thank you. I washed my face. I just took a shower. No, I've been outside all day working and doing stuff. And so that's probably why. It's just fresh because I just washed my face. But so we're going to have some great sessions, and it's just going to be awesome, ladies. And I know people say all the time, you don't want to miss it. But there's going to be so much healing. I always say, we all have points in our life where we need to be reignited. We need to be rebuilt and rebuild some things. Or maybe we had to tear down some things that need to be torn down. And now we're rebuilding our lives. Information on that. And then restoring those places in our lives. Once we restore ourselves, we can then walk in the fullness of what God has for us. So you do want to be there. And then also share it. Share the website. Share either one, either newbirthchurch.org or my website, IamRuthWard.com. Share that as well. because we want to sell out, right? Because we have so much. It's going to be so good. And I know you know somebody who needs the information that we're going to be sharing for our women's conference. Okay, so if you are new here, if you've never been on anything that I've done, if you've never been on 15 to Life or I Am Ruth or any of the other online Bible studies, and this is your first time, put in there and say, this is my first time, because we want to welcome you to our family. And this is absolutely a family. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hey, Sheree, good to see you. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Dale. Let me see. Who else? Karen Deal. Hey, good to see you. Simone. You and Monica. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. I took some things down to Monica. And Monica, I got some more things for you too. I got some more clothes. I got some more jewelry. I got all kinds of good stuff for you. So I'll be bringing those things down to you probably tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, Latia Price. Okay. Yeah. She's our new member of New Birth. So welcome, Latia. I think I'm saying that right. Latia. Yes. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you are a part of our family. We're honored. You could have chose any church to be a part of, but you chose us. So we are so thankful for that. So y'all make sure y'all welcome Latia. And if you didn't see her after church on Sunday, make sure you all get to her and love on her. Okay. Because I didn't get to see her on Sunday. I'll be in the hallway next Sunday. Okay. But if anybody's on here that is not a member of New Birth, put something in the comment section and say, hey, I'm on here and we want to welcome you too. Okay. To this great family. All right. So I'm going to get started. So if I mess up, guys, because it has been a while, so I'm so sorry if I mess up. Okay. So I'm going to talk about, y'all know our theme for this year is reignite, rebuild, and restore. And I've already talked in our women's studies about reigniting and about rebuilding. So tonight I want to talk about restoring. And a perfect person that is a wonderful example of restoration in their lives is Naomi. And restoration, it is possible. And I know so often, we think, oh, it'll never happen. That thing will never be fixed, or, it's gone on too long and it's just too late. It's been too many years. I haven't spoken to that person in 15 years or 20 years. And so it's too late. It's never too late. Restoration is always possible. Oh, and I also failed to remind you that I did a study sheet. So if you didn't already download the study sheet, you can still go to my website, iamruthward.com, and click on Naomi, and then it'll say, click on for the study sheet, and it'll download, and then you can pull that up. So, because that has a lot of questions on there as well. So if you haven't already done that, you can do that if it doesn't mess you up where you are right now. If it'll mess you up, don't worry about it. I'm going to go through all of it. You can just pull it up later. Okay. All right. So, I'm about to tag my coworker. Her family really enjoyed the back to school bash. Beautiful. Wonderful. It was a wonderful back to school bash. I'm telling you, the things that we do is wonderful. So we're going to be talking about Naomi. Restoration is possible. So let me just start off with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you, God, for this day. We thank you for who you are. We ask you, God, to bless our time together. Bless every word that is spoken, every comment, every woman that is on here. We ask you, God, to bless them with your love, encourage them, strengthen them. Let them know that they are loved. Let them know that restoration is possible. And so we just give you all the praise and all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, so A couple weeks ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago, I went to CC Winans had her Generations Live women's conference. And she had a lady it was one of the, sort of like a panel, and her name was Dr. Sarita Lyons. And she had written this book called Honor Thy Mother. And it's really was talking about mother wounds. And she was just saying how a lot of times we talk about father wounds, but we don't talk about mother wounds. But at any rate, one of the things that she was saying is that in our current society, that you hear a lot about people removing themselves or going no contact with, their family members, that I don't want to be around my mom or my dad or my family, whatever, just pulling themselves away. And she was saying that, yes, if you have to do those things, and I've said this the same thing, that yes, if you have to do that to protect you, absolutely, you have to do what you need to do for a while. Yes, get some Christian counseling, seek God, all those things. But she was saying, but one of the things that they fail to do is they just talk about removing, but they never talk about restoration. And if you have read anything of the Bible, it's always about restoration. And then she was even saying that how, you need to be brought back together at some point. The restoration should be the goal. Restoration should be the goal, to get back together, to restore that thing. And so God is a God of restoration. Isn't that what he did for us when Jesus died on the cross? It's all about restoration, to bring us back together where you're separated, to bring you back. So you want to be restored. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you got your comments, if you got your study sheet, if you're ready, we're getting ready to hit it. Okay. So I love this scripture. And again, God talks about restoration in Joel 2:25-26. And this is in the ESV version. And it says, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten, the hopper, the destroyer, and the cutter, my great army, which I sent among you. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never again be put to shame. So God says, I'm going to restore you. All of that stuff that you lost, I'm going to restore it. All the years, everything that the locust has eaten, that time has eaten, God, yeah, I bet, yeah, I'm sure her church girl book is good too. Yeah. And when I heard her, man, she was so good. I was like, ooh, I need to bring her. She's really good. She's really, really good. Okay. But maybe next year for the women's conference, maybe next year. Okay. So there's your scripture right there about restoration. Joel 2:25-26. Okay. And so we're going to start going through our worksheet. And I printed off a copy. Okay. But again, if you don't have it, it is okay. I'm going to go through everything. But on your worksheet, I ask you to define restoration. And I should have, before I have my definition up, ask you all, what is your definition of restoration? I took mine off because I don't want y'all to look at mine. So what is your definition of restoration? And I know we're always a couple seconds behind, but how do you define restoration? And there's no right or wrong answers. Okay. I don't want you to be scared. Don't be thinking, oh, okay. Recovery. Yes. Recovering. Yeah. That's a good one. How do you all define restoration? What is your definition of that? When you think about something being restored, what do you think about? What do you see? What comes to your mind? And like I said, I took mine off because I didn't want y'all to look at mine yet. Come on. I know somebody else besides Karen. Y'all just scared. Thank you, Karen. Rebuilding us. Yes. Found you. Getting back what was lost. There you go. Yes. Putting it back together. Absolutely. Better than before. Ooh, that's a good one. Regaining or returning back to its original healthy state. That's good. Tearing down the walls and rebuilding. Absolutely. See, I knew y'all had it. The act of bringing something back to its original, normal, former condition. Fixing a broken item, healing a landscape. Yes. You guys are awesome. Yes. To bring something back to its original intended state. Yes. Y'all good. Whole again, even though it's not the same. That's really good. That's good. That's from one of our young ladies. I like that. Whole again, even though it's not the same. Yes. Because we're going to talk about that. Good. We're going to talk about that. Yes. That's a part of the notes. You're good. Renewing and restoring. Yes. Yes. I love it. Yes. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So restoration in the Bible refers to the process by which God renews all the things that you guys said, renews, repairs, and brings back to a state of wholeness what has been lost, broken, or damaged. It's not just about physical repair. It's also spiritual, emotional, relational, and sometimes even communal. Okay. Yes, rebuilding you, fixing a broken item. Yeah. Still may have cracks and imperfection, but it's whole again. Yes. Yes. Y'all are so good. Y'all are so good. So if you read the whole book of Ruth, it's only 4 chapters. Okay. But if you read it, I was asking a question, and I asked the question of what did Naomi have? And if you, because I don't know, some of you may be watching this on your phone, so you may not be able to pull it up. But if you're watching it on maybe your TV or something, and you're able to pull it up on your phone, maybe your Bible app, or if you've got your Bible handy or something like that, what did Naomi have? What did she have? And if you know the story, you know what she had. What did she have? Before she lost everything, what did she have? It was in Ruth chapter 1, verses 1 and 2. The very first thing. She had a husband and 2 sons. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She had her husband. She had her 2 sons. She had a home. She had everything that during that society that a woman was supposed to have, that she needed to have for survival. She needed to have a husband. Yeah, family and stability. Yes, favored. Yes, she had a home. Yes, she had everything that a woman in that society had to have. She had to have a husband. She had to be married because otherwise she would be a burden to her family. And then she could possibly be out on the street with no protection. So she had to have a husband. Then she also had to have sons. Sons were valued. Daughters were not. Sons were valued because they carried on the family name. The inheritance came through the sons. The inheritance did not go to the daughters. It went only to the sons. Of course, there's a story in the Bible where a man died and he had, I think, like 4 daughters or something, 4 or 5 daughters. And they had to go to petition Moses to be like, look, our dad died and he didn't have any sons, and we have a right to inherit this land, because otherwise it was going to go to the brothers and their father's brothers and cousins and things of that nature. So she had everything. She had the perfect life, a husband, and not only one son, but two sons. Yeah, purpose. She did. She had all, security. So yeah, she had the security because she had her husband and she had her two sons. I mean, she was like sitting like, hey, I'm good. She was good in society to have a husband and two sons. Only thing would have been better is if she had three sons, but she had everything that she needed. Yes, you guys are great. So then as we go on, what did Naomi, because we're going somewhere with all this. So you got to keep this in mind, that she had everything that she needed, right? Husband, two sons, perfect life. So what did Naomi lose? And what was she left with? What did she lose? And what was she left with? And that can be found in Ruth 1, 3 through 5, verses 3 through 5. What did she lose? If you know the story, you already know what she lost and what she was left with. She lost her husbands. No, her two sons. At first, yes, she did lose her husband and she did still have her two sons. But eventually, what happened? Husbands, sons, home. Yes. She lost her husband. She lost her two sons. They all died. She lost her home. What was she left with? Her husband, both sons, her presence in her homeland. Yeah. Her two sons died. Yeah. She lost her family comfort level. Yeah. Because you have to think about during that time, she was a widow, right? And I've said this before about how our women right now, you would get your Social Security, maybe a pension, that kind of thing that you might have. But back then, they didn't have a system that took care of a woman that did not have a husband and did not have sons to take care of her. They were out on the street. They were at the mercy. She lost her stability. Absolutely. She was left with her two daughters-in-law. Yes. Thank you for putting daughters-in-law instead of daughter-in-laws. Oh, somebody said that. Daughter-in-laws. She was left with her two daughters-in-law. Yes. And that's all she had. And thankfully, she still had her daughters-in-law, because they both could have said, you're no longer my responsibility. My husband is dead too. And I got to find a way to live myself. I can take care of you. They could have easily have said that. My responsibility, they could have said my responsibility was to your son, not you. And so now that my husband is dead, your son, then I got to find me a new husband. And hey, you just, I don't know, So that's how the widows of that time, a lot of them ended up being beggars. So she was really in a bad place. And here's the other thing that I didn't mention is that, they had moved from Jerusalem to Moab. So then not only is her husband dead, her two sons, the livelihood, all of her protection, and then she's in a strange land that's not her homeland. She was in an area where the people didn't like the Jews and the Jews didn't like them, even though they were cousins. We understand that, right? Cousins don't always get along. The Jews and the Moabites, they were cousins. Okay. But they didn't like each other. So she was in a land where the people didn't even like her. She was left with God. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, she was. Yes, y'all putting some good stuff in here. I love it. Yes, she was left with God. All right, so we're going to move on. What time is it? Oh, my God. Every time I think that I got just enough to get through everything, it never works. Okay, so I'm going to work fast. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the pain of life, because that's where she was. No husband, no sons, in a strange land, that whole thing. So in the pain of life, some will leave, some will stay. We know the story where she was like, okay, I'm getting ready to go back to my homeland. I'm ready to go back. I ain't got none here. Let me just try to go back to Jerusalem. Okay. And, her daughters-in-law was started off with her. And Orpah was like, well, I'm going to go with you. And Ruth was like, I'm going to go with you. But then she was like, don't go back with me because what am I going to do for you? And she was telling the truth. It wasn't like an oh, poor me thing. She was like, what am I going to do with you? I can't even take care of myself. And then are you going to stay with me till I get a husband and then try to have some more sons and marry them? Because that was the culture of that time. And she was like, you're not going to stay with me to try to, get some more sons for me. Like, go on back because I can't help you. And she was telling the truth. So Orpah was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go on back because I got to get me a husband and I got to have me some children. But Ruth was like, I'm going to stay. So we know the whole thing. Where you go, I'm going to go. Your God, me, my God, your people, my people, all that. But in our lives, when we go through the pain of life, ladies, sometimes people stay with you through the pain of what you're going through. And sometimes people leave because they can't handle it. And we can't get mad at them because they just can't handle it. But thank God for the ones who stay. Thank God for the ones who stay. So then the question was, have you ever had something similar happen to you? That was all part of the worksheet. So we don't have time to go through that whole discussion. But that's something for you to think about. Have you ever had something similar happen to you where you were going through a really trying time and some people in your life was like, deuces, I ain't got time. I got my own problems. I ain't got time to deal with you. And then did you have a person that said, you know what? I'm here with you. I'm your ride or die. That's right. Thank God for the ones who stay. Yes. Yes. Had people in your life. Thank God for the people who stay, who say, I'm with you through this tough time. I'm not going to leave. You can call me. They say in the midnight hour, you can call me. You got a friend. If you can call them at 3:00 in the morning and they pick up. Right? What's that? The song from Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. So thank God for the ones who stay. Yes. All right. So here we go. So here's the next part of it. Giving up when you're going through. This is all on her journey toward restoration. Your life is good. Pain happens in life. It stinks to high heaven. It stinks. And sometimes in the midst of that stink and that funk, you say you want to give up. You say, I'm giving up. I quit. I don't want to do this no more. It happens, guys. It happens. Even they talk about Abraham, and he was a man of faith. However, he wasn't perfect in his faith. Because if he was, he and his wife, they wouldn't have said to kind of conspire to, okay, let's get Hagar. That wasn't faith. That was them saying, I give up, Lord. You said this was going to happen, and it ain't happening. So we just going to do it ourselves. Sometimes you do give up. Sometimes you do quit. Sometimes you do say, you know what? I'm done. I can't, right? And even in Job, when they go in the beginning, yes, he was, like, Lord, you give and you take away and all that. But as I think it's like 41 books in Job, something like that. So it's all that whole book of him like trying to figure out like what? Like, and then it's like, well, God, look at me. I was a perfect person. Then I just quit. Right? Let me see. Yes, life is tough. True. Don't let the bitterness and disappointment blind you from your opportunities. Turn to prayer. Absolutely. And sometimes you do turn to prayer, and sometimes you don't hear nothing. I'm not saying don't turn to prayer. You need to turn to prayer. But sometimes, even in prayer, you don't hear anything. You don't hear God speaking. You come to church, you don't hear a word. It's like everybody else can be like, oh, that word was for me. And you like, I ain't heard nothing. Someone or something becomes too frustrating. Yes. Had to be, becomes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read these comments. Going through tough time right now, wanting to give up, but I talked to my fiance and reevaluate the situation and talk to God. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's good, ladies. I love all of this, but I just want to encourage you, and I don't want to condemn you and make you feel bad. If you feel like there's times in your life where you feel like giving up, because that's what happened to her. Because once she got back, when I say her, I'm talking about Naomi, because once she got back to Jerusalem, and they were all like, "Oh, Naomi's back. Oh, yeah, Naomi." And she was like, "Look, don't even call me Naomi. Call me Mara. Because God has dealt bitterly with me. Like, I'm not even her anymore." And I think at some point, some of us have been like that, been where she was in our lives. Okay. So I don't want to condemn you because you are there or you have been there. Because a lot of times, people are like, oh, just the faith. And you should have faith. Yes, you should have faith in God. But there are times in your life where it's like, shh. Even like that song by, what's that, Kurt Carr? Have you ever felt like giving up and throwing in the towel? Have you ever been so discouraged? You say, what's the use of praying anyhow? When the devil comes and tells you, when you're already feeling low, I messed up on some words, and you say to yourself, oh, devil, how much lower can I go? I gave up on someone and it was like mourning the relations. Yes. When you lose a friendship, a really, really good friendship, it's like the death of something. It is. I'm missing something. Grieving relationship loss is real. It is. It is. It's like it's the death of something. Okay. So then the question was, have you ever given up on something or someone? Describe what happened and why did you give up? Okay. So that's part of, so if you want to write those things down, you can, and go back later on and answer those questions. Okay. So at where we are right now is Naomi and Ruth have arrived back in Jerusalem. Naomi, the people were like, oh, Naomi. She was like, no, I am not Naomi. I'm not that person anymore. Just call me Mara. She was like, I'm not even doing it. Life has been too hard. I done lost my husband, my sons. I got to come back here knowing y'all gonna talk about me. You can't tell me them women in the town weren't talking about her. Yeah, she went away full, and now she came back empty. And with a daughter-in-law who ain't even a Jew. What? He done married some stripper or something. She ain't one of us. Lord have mercy. Okay? All right. Here we go. So that's where she is at that point. So the next point, fighting for a new life. How did Naomi fight for a new life? What did she do? How did Naomi fight for a new life? Because that's what you got to do. There may be a point in your life where you may be saying, okay, I'm done, I quit. But then you don't stay there. You don't stay there, ladies. You get up and you say, okay, I'm going to dust myself off and I want to fight for another day. Because it's easy to lay in the mud. It is so easy to wallow in self-pity. And I'm not saying that it's not warranted. Okay? But it's easy to stay there. It's easy to say, God did this to me. That person did this to me. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. And maybe you might be innocent. You might be. But you still can't stay there. You still can't wallow in it. Even in your self-righteousness. Not in God's righteousness. Even in your self-righteousness. You might be right. Maybe somebody did. Maybe a friend betrayed you, broke your heart, or that man broke your heart or whatever. And you know you loved him and you did right by him. You were a good friend. You were a good daughter. You were all those things. And it didn't turn out. You still can't wallow in that. Because you will be stuck. You'll be stuck. Have you all seen, and this just came to me, where there's shows where, or maybe a video or something, where there's this old barn or something, and they go in this old barn and they will pull out this car that's a really good car, but it's been in this garage or this barn for 30 years or 40 years or something. This really expensive car, maybe only has a few miles on it or something like that. And they have to pull it out and try to restore it. But it's been locked up in trash and dust and dirt and bugs and rodents for years and years and years, and not functioning as it should, but just stuck there because somebody left it there. You don't want to be like that. Okay? I'm missing a bunch of stuff. She took a step back from her circumstances and realized she had to follow the law. Yes. Yes, life can change your perspective of everything, but she started rebuilding herself. Yes, she did. She absolutely did. She took a step back, looked at us, and prayed to God. We have to encourage ourselves, be encouraged no matter what is going on. Absolutely. And that's what I was getting ready to say. Just like David, he had to encourage himself. When he had all those men that was fighting for him and fighting with him and all that stuff. And then when they were all fighting, then when they came back and all the wives and children and everything had been stolen, taken away. And those men were mad, rightfully so. But instead of them saying, hey, David, let's go together and get our stuff back, they was like, oh, David, we mad at you. So now we finna kill you because our wives and children got taken. So David, in the midst of all of that, he didn't have anybody be like, there was nobody on his side. The Lord didn't come down and say, well, David, it's going to be okay. He had to encourage himself in the Lord. All right. So sometimes you have to encourage yourself. So how did she fight for a new life? She was like, I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to be, what time is it? Okay. Got 20 minutes. I'm not going to be, stuck. I'm not going to be a bitter person. Even though she said those words, just call me Mara, because Mara means bitter. So she was calling herself bitter in the beginning. But I believe at some point she was like, you know what? I just can't be this way. And that's the same with you. Like I said, you may fall down. You may be hurt. You may be all those things. But eventually you got to fight to get back up. To say, I'm not going to be bitter. I'm not going to walk around hurting other people. Because when you're bitter, that stuff comes out. It comes out. And you may be thinking it doesn't come out, but it does. And it could be something as simple as you in a line and the line is long or something. Then you start getting mad at people and all. Something simple. It comes out. And I think another thing for Naomi, is she began to pour into Ruth. Because she was like, okay, Ruth, this is what you need to do. And thankfully, Ruth listened to her. But she began to pour into somebody else. Not bitterness, because we can do that too. We can be bitter when we pour that bitterness out on somebody else. But she said, I'm going to, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I think that that's one of the things that helped her is when she was like, okay, I'm going to help Ruth. Okay. So that's the next point. Using your pain to help someone else. How did Naomi use her pain to help Ruth? How did Naomi use her pain to help Ruth? I'm going to do this because I want y'all to see some of your comments. Okay. She used her pain to help Ruth. And not in a bad way. She said, okay, you need a husband. I can't give you a husband. I can't have another son. You'll be too old. So let me help you get a husband. And this is what you need to do. Oh, Boaz. Oh yeah. He's a kin of my family, kinsman redeemer. Go and glean in his field. Lay at his feet. Let me see. I think we have a pity party, but then it's time to say, okay, pity party over. And now it's time to get back on track. It's hard, but we have to think about God's promises to us and not how we feel. Absolutely. Yeah. I've had pity parties. I've told y'all before. I've had pity parties. I've been like, God, I'm mad at you. What is up? Because, then I get in that self-righteous because this is what I'm doing for you. I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm doing all this stuff. Why is this happening to me? I've been there. I tell y'all all the time. I raise my hand. But at the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, yeah, I had to say, Lord, okay. Just like Jesus, not my will, your will. Lord, what do you want me to get out of this? That's what I always have to ask God. God, what do you want me to get out of this? What's the lesson in this? And there's always a lesson in it. God just doesn't allow you to go through things just because he ain't got nothing else to do. I promise you. Even though it feels that way sometimes, right? There's always a lesson in it. And then we just have to ask God. Instead of crying, cry all you want to, cry your eyes out, be mad, snot, do all the stuff, then wipe your face off, put some water on your face, and then say, okay, God, what is the lesson in this? What do you want me to get out of this? And God will show you, okay? She helped arrange a marriage. She absolutely did. Been there too. I was mad for a while, but I had to get out of my own head and listen to God. Absolutely. You absolutely had a reason to be like, God, what is up? Yes. Hurt. A pain nobody wants to go through. Yes. Yeah, Dale. Yeah. Your pain is not in vain. It's not. It really is not. It's not. God, like I said, he doesn't just allow you to go through things for no reason. There's always a lesson in it, something that he wants you to get out of it. And then once you get it, then you bless somebody else. Okay? I love all the comments, ladies. It's just like doing my heart so good. I love this because here's the thing. When you give a comment and when you say something, then you are blessing somebody else as well, because you might be saying something that I didn't say. And it doesn't have to always come from me. It can come from you. Just a comment that Dale put on there, that your pain is not in vain. Okay? And it's not. The testimony of your pain can be someone else's encouragement to keep them going. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sheree. Absolutely. Yes. This is good. You guys are so good. Okay, let's see. Restored. A new life. Here's the thing. And y'all said this in the beginning. And a lot of times when it's restored, it's not going to look the same. It could be better. Somebody said cracked, but it's okay, but it's still restored. It had an old crack. Maybe you can see where you glued it back together. Doesn't look the same, but it's still restored. So how did Naomi's restored life look different from her old life? And that's toward the end. Let me see. Sometimes God has to allow things to happen for us to depend on him and not on our own. Yep, that's true too. Y'all preaching tonight. Y'all preaching tonight. When your life is restored, when things are restored in your life, it won't look the same. And I think one of the problems that we have is we want things to be exactly how they were before, previous. And so God so often is saying, no, I want to give it to you better. I want something better for you. And we are trying to hold on to that old and say, well, God, I want the restoration to look this way. And God is saying, I got something better for you. I thank God for restoration. Absolutely. Hey, Linda, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you for cleaning the chairs too. I thank you and Simone clean the church chairs. I appreciate it. But yeah, it won't look the same. So how did Naomi's restored life look different from her old life? Because at the end of it, Ruth married Boaz, and she was right there with them, cuddling the baby that Ruth had. Naomi, let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus picked up the pieces and relived my soul again. Yes. Yes. Naomi was blessed with a grandchild. Yes. Who ended up being in the lineage of David. Yes. Her story will always be told. But but why was her story? Why will it continue to be retold? Because she allowed herself to be healed from all the hurt and the pain, and she paid it forward to somebody else. And she didn't just stay in her pain. That's why. And you've heard it said before, because Orpah, her other daughter-in-law, was like, deuces, I'm going back to Moab. You ain't never heard her name mentioned again. But because Naomi and Ruth decided, we going to do something different. We hurting, but we are going to move forward, healed. Yes. Yes. Yes, Sheree, Miss Graham, Miss Priest helps me so much. The testimony helped me so much. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. When you allow your pain to bless somebody else. And see, that's the other issue, guys. And you've heard me say this so many times, is that we don't want to share what we go through a lot of times because we're embarrassed. And I know I share a lot, but there's some things right now I ain't saying nothing about. But who knows? But most of the things I've gone through, I've shared those things. Yes. Yes. I tell people, we would tell people when Pastor and I would do marriage counseling and all that, and we would tell about how in early on in our marriage, how tough it was, and how I was like, I don't like you. I'm leaving. Transparency, right? Using that hurt and that pain to bless somebody else. Okay. Healing to restore others. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. So just know that when things are restored, it's not going to look the same. Okay, guys? It's not going to look the same. It is going to look different. And different can be better. Allow God to do the restoration. Don't hold his hands. Don't handcuff him and say, it's got to look exactly like this. I want a husband just like what I had before. And God may be saying, I want to give you something better. I want that same kind of job. I want that same kind of house. And God is like, but I got something better for you. Don't, okay? Hold on to his hands, guys. Let me see. Thank you for your yes. Honesty and transparency are two different things, and I appreciate you. Honesty and transparency. Two different things. Yes. 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 Tell me how. How are they different? And I'll let you type that in there. Guys, let me see. I think I got another question for you. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, being happy with the new. How was Naomi happy with her restored life? And Gila kind of talked about that. She had her grandbaby in the lineage of David. Man. So be happy with the new. Don't. You think about it. You can't move forward. Say if you got a foot that's back in the old, you can't move forward. If you're trying to hop, even if you try to hop, you ain't going to get very far. You have to try to hop on one foot because you dragging it because you want to keep a foot back in the other because you want the old stuff. What does the Bible say? Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Can't you see it? Can't you perceive it? Can't you figure it out? Can't you see what I'm doing here? Allow God to move in your life. Allow him to do a new thing. Don't tell him how to do it, because how he's going to do it is so much better than what we could ever even figure out. What's the scripture we read? He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or even think. So whatever you thinking, oh God, I want it to be this way. When you restore my family, I want it to look this way. Let God do it the way he wants to do it. Allow him to do it. Okay? Be happy with the new. And don't be saying, well, God, I wish my car was this color. God know what you need. Okay? Oh my God. I got 3 minutes. There was other questions. This is on the worksheet. If you didn't get the worksheet, again, go to IamRuthWard.com. Click on Naomi and you can download the worksheet there. If your life has been restored, what did you do to restore it? And I want to end with that. I think I have one more, but I think this is a good place to end. If your life has been restored, what did you do to restore it? And I want to hear something besides pray, because I know we're supposed to pray. Absolutely. You should pray. But if something in your life was broken, something in your life was torn down, something in your life was hurtful, but you allowed it to be restored, or you worked for it to be restored, what did you do? Just like Naomi and Ruth the same way. But we're talking about Naomi tonight. She worked at that thing. She put away, she didn't listen to the gossip. Honesty is telling truth and being asked directly. Transparency is sharing things openly and honestly. Okay, I'll take that. It's good. It's good. If your life has been restored, if something in your life has been restored, what did you do to restore it? And we're going to end it there. As soon as y'all give me some comments, and then I'm going to remind you again to register for the women's conference. This is while I'm waiting for your comments. Register for the women's conference. Go to IamRuthWard.com. Click on the banner, or go to newbirthchurch.org. Click on the banner there and register. It is going to be so good, ladies. Just like this discussion that we have right here, there's going to be like 6 of them going on. We're going to have a panel of this, where we're going to be discussing things. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions to those who are on the panel, because we're going to be talking about reigniting, rebuilding, and restoring. Okay? You can either ask the questions out in front of people, or we're going to have a box and you can put your question in there. Okay? Fasting, quiet time, sit to listen to God, Bible study. Yes. I don't think that we understand the importance of quiet time. That's really good. I don't know if I learned to accept God's way. I had to give the pain, bitterness, surrendered. Yes. Take action by trusting God with the results and details. It's good. Releasing the past and embracing Ooh, y'all coming in now. Caring and anticipating the future. On top of prayer and fasting, I had to look in the mirror, work through my own fault. Yes. Ooh, y'all, this is good. I changed my mindset. My spirit's still working on me. Ain't we all, though? Lord, it got him the damage done to me. Yes. Had to give him myself grace and mercy. Yes. Truly surrendering to God, not just saying, God, I trust you, but truly trusting him. Yes. But I want to go back real quick, and I'm over by 1 minute, and I'm going to end. I want to go back to what Tanisha said and quiet time, ladies. As mothers, wives, daughters, sisters, we are busy. We are pulled in 1,000 different ways. 1,000 different ways. Everybody's calling your name. Everybody needs something. And then the whole time you're trying to meet everybody's need. And then you're drowning. But you're smiling the whole time. You're drowning. I want to get in a whole nother discussion. But I want to stress to you the importance of taking time for you to sit in God's presence, away from the husband, away from the children, away. If you got to go in the basement, if you got to go sit outside, if you got to go drive your car and go sit in the park to have some quiet time, turn off the radio in the car, turn off the phone. If you got to power your phone off because you know you at risk of picking it up, looking at it, or notifications coming through and all that, power it down. Tell your husband, whoever, look, I'm powering my phone down for 15 minutes. I'll power it back up. And if you need me, you can call me after that. Or get up early in the morning before everybody else gets up. Or at night when everybody else has gone to bed. And instead of scrolling on your phone, which we do, I'm guilty. Okay? Instead of scrolling on your phone, go. Even if you got to go in and you want to, you go in your closet. Okay? I know it's filled with clothes, whatever's messy. I don't care. Just keep the light off and just say, Lord, I'm not going to ask you for anything. Because he already knows what you need. You already probably prayed for it, I'm sure. But just get quiet. Just get quiet. And God will speak to you. He'll talk to you. And when you begin to do that consistently, you'll begin to hear when it's his voice, when it's your voice talking, and when it's the devil. Now, you know the devil, because he ain't going to be positive. He going to be negative. D&D is my best friend. Oh, I was getting ready to say, what's D&D? I'm stupid. Do not disturb. I know that. Yes. Okay. So if you don't do anything else tonight, do that. Just get quiet so you can learn to hear God's voice. His word says, a sheep know my voice. And another shepherd they won't follow. Okay. You got to learn to discern God's voice. And you only going to get that by getting in his presence and getting quiet. Not asking for anything. Don't pray for nothing. Just say, God, I'm listening. And he'll begin to speak. And like I said, you'll begin to learn when it's God speaking, when it's the devil talking, and when it's just you and this what you want. Okay? So I'm going to end. I love you guys so much. Thank you all for being on here. I miss saying, I love you. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. But most importantly, I believe in your action. I've been saying that. But I'm saying it to you tonight. I love you. I do with my whole heart. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. But most importantly, I believe in your action. Okay. Oh, thank you, Bethany. I love you all so much. And I will see you all. If you're a member of New Birth, I will see you on Sunday. Don't forget to sign up also for the conference, and then also to volunteer for SOS, which is on Saturday, September 12th. Where's the shirt? I know. I didn't think about putting it on. I'm going to have to do better because I got 2 of them that you made and I love them. And every time I wear them, somebody says something. Yes. Yes. Love you to life too. Love y'all so much. Look at y'all. See, y'all just make me feel good. Brokel, hey, sis, girl, what's up? Yes, get in God's presence. Love y'all. And let me see if I can figure out how to get off of here because it's been a while. All right, I'm going to get off because I've gone over by 6 minutes and I want to honor your time. But I love you all so much. Like I said, with my whole heart, I will see you all. And if y'all like this, share it with somebody and tell me when you see me, hey, we like to do some more of these. And I'm happy to do them because I get to stay in my house and then y'all get to stay in your house, right? You ain't got to drive, no way. And we just love on each other. All right. I love y'all. I'm out. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And I will see you. Thank you all so much. I love y'all. Bye-bye.
Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah.